Hey folks, welcome back. As always, we are going to be playing some more Historic Brawl. Today we're going to be doing a bunch of decks with this little guy from the new Alchemy set in Dominaria United. This is Reezug The Bonecobbler. I'm just going to go over what he does very quickly because it's actually pretty unique. And then I'll go into the deck lists. And I actually have 3 deck lists. There's only one I'm really going to post because the other 2 don't really work. But there were a couple ways to design around this guy. I do like this card. I'll talk more about the struggles I sort of have getting him to do stuff a little bit later, but let's start off. Reezug the Bonecobbler. 1 colorless, 1 black, 1/3. And you tap him. Target creature card in your graveyard perpetually becomes an artifact. You may cast that card this turn. It loses all of their card types. So this is a really weird effect. And it took me a couple times to try to figure out what I was going to actually build around with it. This list right here is my favorite one of what I've ended up with. It's effectively black good stuff with some Paradox Engine components, and so it can use those to do some wonky stuff if it actually turns on or collects all the pieces. But most of the stuff in here is just generally good stuff. So Reezug is really interesting just because his effect is something no other card does. I think in terms of things to remember about him, the only thing I've found that's like not immediately obvious is that you can tap him during any phase, basically. And that includes like your untap, upkeep, draw. You can put a block there, tap him to tap something, and then by the time something resolves, usually something that wipes the board, you can still cast cards for the rest of that turn. With that said, he has some obvious downsides. He doesn't have haste, and there's no Lightning Greaves equivalent in this set. I tried a few other cards to give him haste, but I couldn't really find any that felt like they were doing enough to make it worth it. Outside of that, the other big downside is that this is a mono black deck. So once you use this effect to actually get something out, outside of Buried Ruin, there's basically no way to get the card back a second time. So you're pretty much relying on the fact that your opponent will, remove something the first time, you bring it back as an artifact, and then the second time they're a little bit hosed. So I guess I should go over some of the key cards in this deck. So a lot of this is just general good stuff or various cards that work well when they're on the board, right? Even if they're not a creature. So for example, Blood Artist, still useful. Voldaren Bloodcaster, still very useful. Not Acerak the Lich. Midnight Reaper, Veto of the Dusk Rose. Let's see if there's a couple others. Dread Presence actually might get cut at some point. I haven't been able to get as much with it. You've got stuff like Erebos, who's just good for things dying. Yawgmoth can sack to do stuff. Solemn Simulacrum, play it once, it gets killed. You bring it back a second time. And then the bigger ones are things like Shilodred is just an absolute disaster for the opponent. Massacre Girl does some useful stuff. And let's see if we've got anything else. We got Meteor Golem. We got a couple other cards. But most of this is just, apply pressure, try to burn them down, and then just play. There's a reason it's called Reezug good stuff. Is that it's stuff that Reezug can bring back well, but it isn't a hey, I'm definitely going to use Reezug to do everything deck. The other really important deck out card that I would say that you should probably just, if you try to build this, you should probably consider crafting, is Inspiring Statuary, because it lets you tap all of your other stuff to cast all of your non-artifact stuff. I think that's pretty much it, so I think we'll jump into the game. I'll play some games with this one, and then we'll go over the other 2 lists that didn't work out as well for me, basically. I have quite a few deck lists that I tried with this guy, but some of them worked out well, and some of them did not. So let's do a game with this, and let's turn on the music. Yeah. I'm gonna try some music and see if that can cover for my background maybe not being as... Sometimes I just don't talk for a little bit and I just think about the game. Alright, we have a little bit of ramp, we got some tools, and go Shinty. That's not great. I'll keep. Probably not a fantastic opening hand. I probably should have mulliganed, but... So this is sort of the... This is a good time, I guess, to talk about sort of the issue with this deck to a certain extent. Is that... There we go. Mono Black doesn't have a lot of tools in this format. It doesn't have artifact and enchantment removal. Let's go get rid of Sterling Grove. Doesn't have artifact and enchantment removal. It has, like, graveyard and it has creature kill, but that's kind of it. Maybe I should have gotten Scythus instead. But, for example, this deck is going to just shred me once it does pretty much anything. Which is a little unfortunate to my mind. So, I'd say this is probably Reezug's biggest weakness, right? Is he does something really good and useful, but he does it in a color that is not necessarily the color you would want him to be doing it in. I want him enough to do two. Let's do this turn. So this will probably... This might force a Hagra Mauling. And if it doesn't, then... Actually, they don't have any of the colors for Hagra Mauling, do they? Shield of Dread's just very good. Yeah, it'll be a Hagra Mauling next turn. I might do Xander's Wake into Solemn Simulacrum. Let's do that. But yeah. We're just going to try to beat him down. I expect to be hit with Hagra Mauling on Shield Dread next turn, so I probably should have done Reezug this turn, so I can bring back Shield Dread very quickly. But we'll have to see. Actually, I get one more turn until they're going to do it, probably, right? But yeah, trying to compete with exile target creature and opponent controls. Yeah, so for example, like, there's no hard enchantment removal. Like, also, I don't... Did they just not read what my mana cards cost? Guess they didn't. Let's do this. I did that wrong. It'll probably be chumped. But I'm still gonna keep trying to blow up their stuff. So we'll probably see the... Yep, Hagra Mauling onto Shield of Dread before anything else gets done. What do I want to try to deal with stuff? This might sound silly, but I think I'm going to take Boneclad Necromancer here, actually. Because it's just such a useful tool against this archetype. Alright, is this going to be against... Yeah, they're going to get the Bonecobbler. Yeah. But anyway, if you're going to get matched against a deck like this, and you can't remove enchantments, it's going to be a bit of an uphill battle, to say the least. Let's do this. So I think they have more removal, probably, and I don't really want them to keep being able to draw cards, so let's do... One, two... Yep. Let's get you. Do I have anybody that I'd be able to bring back for 2? Not really. So let's pass. Yeah. So I'd say this is Reezug's biggest weakness. Being in mono black means there's a lot of cards you can't interact with. And I've even put the colorless, like, removal spells into this deck. Like, but shrines are fun and interactive, you guys. Okay, so there is... I have an out. I just have to find it. I do have Tainted Pact. Not Tainted Pact. Tainted Remedy in this deck. And so if they do something... If I can play Tainted Remedy and keep it out, they will kill themselves with Sanctum of Stonefangs before I die was from Sanctum of Stonefangs. We'll have to see, though. It's got to... I have, like... Yeah, okay. I have like, 1 turn. Is there a way I can draw more cards than what I currently have? Probably not. Is there anything I really don't want them to have? Technically, yes. Let's get rid of Scythus. Not what I need, unfortunately, even if it's very good. So I'm going to take a lot. Yeah, but there's only so much you can do. So until we get more hard, like, non-land permanent removal in black, which there isn't a lot of, there's just going to be games like that. With that said, I think I missed... There's at least 1 turn in there where I misplayed, and I should have gotten Shieldred out a bit earlier. Because right now we only have 1, like, colorless removal spell. Okay, so this is going to be fairer fight, if nothing else. Except I won't have a... I almost like this opening hand. I'm going to keep this in hope. May not be the smartest move, but we'll give it a shot. Oh, I want to just copy that. Close that. And then... Alright, Ghost Quarter. Kind of need a land as my next one. Oh, I'm still in. Let's do that. And then... Oh, here we go. Alright, yeah, that's unfortunate. I don't draw... Let's do the U. Alright. Probably shouldn't have kept this opening hand. I think that was too many few lands. If I draw 1 more, then I can at least play my own copy of Shielded Red. So much for that. Actually, that's not honestly all that bad. this is... Yeah, I shouldn't have kept that opening hand. That's unfortunate. I've hit there. Peer into... No, Thought Distortion. Doesn't make it good game. That just... You got rid of my... Like... Peer into Oblivion is good game. Thought Distortion isn't. But while we're here, I'm going to just go do that real quick. Whenever you gain life, draw that many cards. Whenever you lose life, for each one life you lost, exile permanent. When it leaves the battlefield, you lose the game. Okay. Now, do you see any problems with what you just did? Because I see a couple. Even if that's supposed to be an insta, you know, game over combo. I see a problem with what you just did. And that is this. Have fun with that. Congratulations, you've just trapped yourself in an infinite combo. And you are in black, so good luck drawing into instant speed artifact removal. Good game, friend! Is it obvious that I get salty when people will act like they've won before they've won? But I think that also demonstrates why Reezug's really good, right? The ability to recast stuff from your graveyard is fun. It's just not useful on everything. And that's why good stuff has sort of been the way I've ended up building this deck. Am I cheerful about what just happened? Yes. Is that because I am kind of a salty person on occasion? Anybody spamming good game at me when they think they've finished an infinite combo and then they trap themselves in it and lose? This seems like a pretty good opening hand. We're playing into Thassa. This is actually a really bad matchup for me, but let's go for it. So Thassa is a rough matchup because if they just do a bunch of return to hand stuff, It's not even like I can rely on board wipes to sort of regain control. Okay. So this turn will... If this turn is something like Barain or something, and I'm not able to Murderous Rider it, there goes the game. Okay. Let's see if they're going to return to hand, I'm assuming. On the flip side, they also could have just missed their land drop. Let's see what we're going to see. Let me know if the music is too loud, if anybody's watching, by the way. I'm trying to see if I can find some background stuff, just because, you know, I'm not always the most fascinating person in the world. Shocker. Let's just apply more pressure. I'm assuming this is going to get returned to hand now. Or something flashed end. Yep, that's what I was expecting. Let's replay it. I wonder what they're waiting for. Do they not have a piece, or are they just trying to protect Thassa? There we go. That increases my stats on average. Also, don't care. Let's do Xander's Wake. And we'll just keep hammering. Next turn has to be Thought Distortion. One treasure token, that's not too bad. Yeah. This is a really strong card for any blue matchups, I feel like, in black decks. Like, you may as well run this. I'm not sure what they thought was going to happen there. Duplicate target spell. They do have the Circuit Mender set up. I might just wipe the board here. Or I might wait until Circuit Mender comes out next turn. We'll have to see. If I top deck a Swamp, that could be good. Let's grab Tithbearer Giant. We'll probably see a bounce on Sailor of Means. To see what follows this up. My turn. Okay, cool. Let's do this. Now, if we're lucky, that'll bait them into... I'm hoping they'll do Circuit Mender and then maybe commit a little bit more, and then I'll Crux of Fate. But we'll see. There's also the other option, which is using... If we draw one more Swamp, we can use Yawgmoth to put a -1/-1, and then clear out the rest of this stuff. We'll see, though. Yep, gain 2 life, draw a card. My turn. Let's think about this for just a moment. Alright, let's do this. I'm hoping they will chump with Circuit Mender, and then I can use Yawgmoth to burn something and grab a little more value, but okay, they didn't chump. They're smart. Let's see if it's going to be a counterspell. Yep. That's fine. Just because Yawgmoth's gone doesn't mean he's forgotten. What did I get with this? Thought Distortion, Watch Away, and Thought Collapse. So this is probably a pretty control-y list. Well, it's time to turn Yawgmoth into his favorite thing. Let's see if we're going to get... How do I out-control this control list? With what I've currently got. Let's start with this. Okay, there's no counterspells for creatures. That's good. And I will still have 4 mana, so let's force the counterspell now, or Yawgmoth is coming right on back. That's still fine. Wait for it. Oh no, I did this wrong. I needed to activate the trigger beforehand. Okay, they are afraid of the board wipe. Wrong choice. Let's get rid of you. Actually, let's think about this. Put one to your hand versus draw one random card. Seagate Oracle's a bigger threat. Not what I wanted. Okay, so they're opting to just protect the... Xander's Wake's a lot of value. I like it. Alright. Let's see if we can... I would love a swamp, but I'm not going to get one. Is it worth... I'm just gonna... Yeah. Wrong order. Yeah. That might have been bad, but I don't want them to have that engine open to them. Really don't. Is there anything really good in their graveyard that I could steal? Not really. That's a problem. I feel very, like, justified in my response, though, to the Circuit Mender, though, even though I probably sacrificed a bit much to get rid of that there. Let's do this. Probably don't have another Narset. Really hope they don't. Or equivalent. Let's bring you back. One, two, three, four. I can get 2 more out. So I think my next choice of target's going to be Dread Presence, if I can grab it. It wouldn't be a bad idea if they just do the commit to memory here to reset the board state. Like, I definitely have a little bit of a favorable position, but I'm assuming their hand is nothing fantastic if they're protecting it as aggressively. You know what it could also be? If this is Thassa combo, and they're trying to get their extra turn card is in hand, they're trying to prevent me from exiling it, that would also make sense. Oh, I hate you. Alright. Is this a good time to point out something? Hey, we got some more pieces to play with. Let's see if we can bring back Dread Presence. I expect this to be counterspelled, honestly. No. Okay. Whenever this creature... They've been doing a lot to try to prevent this Agonizing Remorse. Maybe they're very close to the combo. The downside to Thassa is that I can just, like, ignore them and punch them in the face. They need one more blue. I feel like they're still in a very strong spot, though, to try to take control of this game. That said, I will just sacrifice anything they try to kill or return to hand before they do it, to just draw more cards. Okay. It's on the stack, right? Oh, I can't just do that. Well, let's do some stuff. This will force them to remove it first, I think. No. Alright. Let's get rid of the Sledge Monster as well while we're at it. Okay, now this is the part where the game starts doing the thing that annoys me. Let's add black. Wow. What is the last card in their hand? They have committed a ridiculous amount to keeping me from being able to blow it up. I keep not tapping everything right, and that's annoying me. Let's play this now. I should have 2 more mana, but I don't have 2 more mana. And if I'd had 2 more mana, I would have been able to Clattering Augur. Oh, man. And that's actually going to make a difference here. Can they chump and kill Viconia? Yeah, they can. I don't care too much about Slaughter Specialist dying, though. Alright. Why does this have the cards exiled underneath it? All right. Oh, man. I think we'll see how this game goes. This might be the last game I do with this variant of the deck, and then I'll switch over to the other two mildly less successful variants. Yeah. But that's the window to do a thing that I wanted to do. There we go. Hear me out. What if I say no? I might be able to go for the throat here if I do this right. Let me think for just a minute. Oh, so let's do this first. Okay. Let's do this slightly differently so that I stop messing that part up. And then I'll have 3 to buy with. Yeah. Tap that for black. Two to buy with. Okay. So, pay 1 life, sack another creature to target that. Yep. We'll give up Reezug. We'll draft Malachor Cultblade, I think, because it's cheap. Okay, and now... Yes. Okay, and now the rest of your stuff is targetable with removal. Probably should have done this a little differently, but whatever. This is probably going to be enough to clean out a decent amount of the remaining stuff. Okay. Pay 1 life. Target you. Would have preferred to have done this differently, but hey, still counts. Play the swamp. Yeah. I think that's decent. I think that puts us in a good position to finish up this. Invoke the winds. Gain control of target artifact or creature. Alright. They didn't like my Yawgmoth. Yeah, but I think that's a pretty good demo of why, you know, why Reezug is so good. It's just the ability to pull your stuff back and to put it into a form that's actually pretty difficult to deal with in certain cases. All right, so let's talk about the decks that I made for this that don't work well. Actually, we should probably look at them first. So there's 2 other decks. One is discard-based Reezug using like Gutmore, Tegrid, and a bunch of hand control stuff. It has a lot of similarities to this list. I don't love it as much. We'll play a couple games with that. And then the other one is Reezug Vampires, which was based off of somebody's suggestion on the subreddit. There was a, not to like me, but there was a thread of people trying to talk about how to build Reezug. Right now, I'm convinced that Reezug good stuff is the right way to play this deck. just because he doesn't quite do enough on his own, and any of the other obvious combos, so let's do Reezug discard. Any of the other obvious combos that would work with him, like Paradox Engine, they work better with other black commanders, right? They work better with, like, Acerak. So it's a harder version of the combo to even set up. And as for this discard list, I thought it would kind of work, but it never quite popped off the way I was hoping it would. Let's see. Ooh, Garuda. Okay. It's just going to feel really bad if I lose with this card list with, like, literally the exact cards that I'm supposed to have in my opening hand It's going to be a little embarrassing. I can still see it happening. I'll keep 7. Let's see where this is going to go. Okay. So I was gonna hold back, but let's actually see what this person is working with. So they might also be a combo deck. If that's the case, let's get rid of Atreus this turn, and then we'll Agonizing Remorse to get rid of Panharmonicon next turn. Yeah. I'll do 2 or 3 games with this one, then I'll do 2 or 3 games with the other list. Let's crack Takuma out now. Agonizing Remorse. I'm going to get rid of their combo piece. Might turn out to be a mistake, honestly, but I think that buys me enough time to start setting up my own stuff. I'll probably give them Cloak of the Bat, unfortunately. So, let's talk about this card for a second while we wait. Cloak of the Bat is in theory supposed to let you play Reezug and then use him the turn you play him. What I found in practice is that since it costs 2 mana to equip, it's not always as great as you might hope. Why did this enter tapped? Oh, Evolving Wilds. Alright. So obviously I don't want to give up Tegrid, so instead we're going to give up Cloak of the Bat. And they get to decide if they want to give me Gutmorn or the other one. I'm assuming they're probably going to opt to give me the Undercover Operative, but... I'll wait 2 turns, then I'll do Tegrid, and then I'll do... Next turn I'll do Reezug. Yeah. This is one of the other very minor but amusing combos you can do. Interesting. I just realized... Okay, so I just thought of something with this, is that... Oh, that's probably why Reezug isn't in blue. Because if he was in blue, you could just use all the clone cards. And since they enter the battlefield as creatures, you could turn them back into creatures for the purposes of ETBs. Alright, so next turn we should expect to see... Oh, you're a problem. Decayed, when it attacks, sacrifice the end of... Now let's see if anybody spots the thing that could be about to happen here. This could be a big turn. Let's see what happens. This is about to get interesting. What'd they grab? Olgar and Raul Kazeth. Yeah. That's bad for me. Actually, maybe it's not as bad as I thought it would be. If it would die, exile it instead. But it only comes back with Decayed. Let's think about this. How will that work? If it entered from your graveyard, or you cast it from your graveyard, exile it. It won't have entered from my graveyard. This is about to get very interesting. I should probably just go get a board wipe. I think I'm going to do that. Isa's a 4/4. Let's just go grab Blood on the Snow. Beginning of your upkeep. Yep. Why did I get... Oh, I just exiled all my graveyard. That's bad, actually. That's really bad. Oh, I just misread this. Whoops. You know how I was saying it'd be really embarrassing if I lost with, like, the perfect opening hand? I just exiled all my critical combo pieces. Because I'm dumb. Let's do that. And let's go look for some other tools. I choose Bolas's Citadel. Four, five, six, seven, eight. They have enough to do Garuda again. I wouldn't be surprised if we see it. Search of Azentica. Each opponent sacrifices a creature or planeswalker. Grey Merchant of Asphodel. Let's do Bolas Citadel first. I always forget to do this. Deals X damage to target creature. I don't really want to do that right now. But I kind of want to just keep thinking out my top of my deck. Yes. Exile target creature or planeswalker. Man, these are unhelpful top decks next to combat. Can I? No, I can't. Discard a card. End turn. Oof. Let's see what they're going to get. Nothing good for me, but they got rid of my Inspiring Statuary. Oh, they're going to start the combo? Ooh, they got a bunch of stuff there. They're probably going to grab, yep, Twilight Prophet instead of... I spent one of my board wipes. I have a couple more. But this is not looking good. This is looking real bad. Really, game? Time to spend every inch of life I have. I'll take 2 more next turn, regardless of what I do. Whatever. I can jump for 2. And I can try to dig for a... Nope, you got a 4-drop. Alright, let's do 1 or 2 more. Let's do 1 more game with this one, and then 2 more games with the Vampire list, I think, will be the end of the stream for today. Yeah, okay, so I misplayed that really badly by fetching the board wipe. I needed to grab single target removal, get rid of Gisa, but I forgot that effect would pull everything into the graveyard, so I gave up all my critical pieces. Oh, God. Yep, and another time to just say it again. I said it once, I'll say it again. Trying to play mono black into 5-color enchantment. Bad time. There's not enough generic removal. There's not much you can do about it. Alright, let's go get rid of some of your tool pieces. Cameo War is good. Won't be a threat for 1 or 2 turns. Testing Champion I can remove otherwise. Key to the Archive is going to be your play next turn, right? So let's remove your Ramping. I can remove that with a burn spell, so... That's unfortunate, and there's nothing I can do to stop that. So this will come out next turn. Is there anything I can do about it? No, let's just force him to... If he's going to use it, let's force him to use it on Reezug. Turn, yep. And each opponent discards a card. We'll save Blood on the Snow. I already know who I'm going to discard, so I'm not even going to play it to let him remove it. I probably need to save Eat to Extinction for Ogachi Made Manifest more than anything else. My turn. Decline. That's not going to do enough right now. Is it gonna... Nobody else I can bring back. I would like to play you. For each basic swamp. Does this not count as a basic swamp? It's not a net yet. I need one more for it to be a net gain. When it attacks, I think I can play this turn. Yep. As long as it doesn't have haste, and I get one turn, I'll remove it with E2 Extinction. Okay. Alternate plan. We're just gonna Crux of Fate our way out of this one. Yeah. Take action. Decline. Do I actually want to Blood on the Snow my way out and get Sanguine Spy back? Let's do that. Downside is I can only stall for like 1 or 2 turns. I should probably just bolus his Citadel and try to blitz out all my life in exchange for cards. That might be the right choice. Yep. I could also just do this. But they'll tap and then they'll get Ogachi back, and I don't want them to do that. But I don't have... Yeah, I can't let him get Ogachi back, so that's got to go. Graveyard. Yeah. So I think my best bet is to just bolus a Citadel and then pray for a board wipe. That's actually not too bad. 1, 2, 3, 4. That gives me a whole extra turn. I'll take it. Two, 3, 4, 5. I don't like you having as much mana as you have. Bummer. But hey, we still got more removal again for Goshinti. Man. Alright. I like Massacre Worm. I've got a reason for doing this. Let's try... I need this out of the game. End turn. Okay, that's obnoxious, but... And that does turn off all my discard. Also obnoxious. Why is this tapped? Whatever. Okay, extra cards or... No, I think your stuff being dead I like more. I'm getting rid of that. And let's go grab... Let's go grab back Sanguine Spy, and we'll play... What an aggravating position to be in. Ah, well. They're just going to blitz me down, huh? Does that have trample? Yes, it does. Let's block the highest value one, and we'll reset the board next turn. Still won't be enough, will it? I kind of need every inch of mana that I can get to try to eke out of this one, so... Destroy all non-dragon creatures. I can get Destiny Spinner back. I don't like that. I can't do anything about it. Do I just play Massacre Worm as a body? I think I do. I'd have preferred not to, but target player, I can't reveal a player. I could get rid of Tainted Remedy. Nah, next. Next. End turn. Yep. Resolve. Pass. Yep. Let's do Twilight Prophet and Tainted Remedy, I think. On my turn. Can I play Reezug? Is there any reason to play him? Yes, there is. Beginning of your end step, each opponent discards a card. Move your commander to the command zone. Yep. No tax, unfortunately. Yeah. Just gotta fight for every inch. Oh man, they gonna be able to just butcher me here? They might be able to. That's unfortunate. 1, 2, 3, 4. They did not tap their mana correctly. I have a chance. Except it's a swamp. Of course it's a swamp. Yeah, let's pay it. We're kicking this. Hi, I'd like my Herald of Anguish back. What does this pull into? I think that's the best I can do. I don't think there's any reason to not just punch this person in the face, because it's always possible they can use that and burn me out. Decline. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need to keep their mana as low as possible. Okay, it's time to do something really stupid. I think this is the right choice, though. Black. Let's do this carefully. Nope, I gotta do it the other way. Okay, they didn't have enough for Omniscience. I really think they probably should have committed to that, but... Okay, and that is now how much? 10 to play? So their best bet is Destiny Spinner. And I can counter that with Colossal Plow, I think, for the moment. We might be able to actually stabilize and take this game. Oh boy! And they've already used Brilliant Restoration, which is also good for us. We'll have to see though. It's not over yet, but it's also we haven't lost yet. Okay, let's think about this for a second. First thought. Crew 6. Next up. Do I need this? Yes, I do, kind of. All right. And I will still have enough for Baleful Mastery even at teacher costs, right? Yeah. Non-artifact spells. Yep, but I wanted to cast it for a full spast. Yes, I do want more life. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Why would I decline? I have to let him play it if he's gonna do it. Okay. Let's do some wonkiness. All right. Come on, not a land. Give me some life. Need that life. Well, let's pay that. Okay. I think this works. Yep, it does. I'll take my Herald of Anguish back, please. No attacks. Unturn. Yeah, okay. I can't draw any more cards, I just need to hold Baleful Mastery. Yep. Nope. This game has gotten a little ridiculous. Hey! Alright. So that's going to be the last game we do with the discard-based version. So there's one more version of this deck that I do want to show off. Anybody who's stuck with me the whole time, thanks for sticking through it. It's kind of a heck of a game. Okay, so the last list that anybody suggested was you do tribal vampires. Now, I'm going to be honest here. I don't think my vampire list is super great. I haven't built tribal vampires before, so I don't have a lot of the staples that you'd use otherwise. But, yeah, even looking at this, 1 second. This needs some tweaks. 1 second. Okay. Don't know why it lags that much in layout. And let's go grab... Let's go grab that. Yeah, that looks good. So yeah, in either case, one of the other suggestions that somebody made was to run the list by doing tribal vampires. So I'll show out my attempt at this. I think this is probably going to be one of the weakest lists. I don't have a lot of vampires. I've never not built tribal vampires. And if I'm going to spend wild cards, I'd rather commit them into multi-purpose decks as opposed to tribes that I don't like to actually play. Okay, interesting. It's going to be probably clerics versus vampires. The classic mono black matchup. I'll keep this. No, it's not. It's going to be a Shadowborn Apostle deck. I am about to get hosed. Oh, man. Let's do... No. Let's try this. I think this is not the right choice, but let's do it anyway. Oh, you don't start out as a vampire. Whatever. And now I've lost my Sorin. Oh, that was really dumb. I don't think this is going to get much bigger than a 2-3, guys. Just a vibe I have. Interesting. Heck of an engine. One. Though if they don't have a tool to get Sheila Dread back. So anyway, this is the exact sort of deck that why I like having things like Tainted Life. Oh man. No blocks. Probably should have blocked with Reezug, but, you know. Yes, I would like him back in the command zone, please. I can do this. Hi, I would like my life back. Thank you very much. Grabbing Stupacabra, Nighthawk Scavenger. Yep. Well, I don't have to deal with Shieldrod anymore, at least. Doesn't do me much good for a lot of this other stuff. Let's do... Can't I... There we go. None of you are people I really want back yet, unfortunately. Actually, this is fine. Oh, that's bad. I guess I can turn it into a 6 something. Not helpful. Let's see how many more Shadowborn Apostles they have. That's not good for me. Is that just game? It's not game, but it's definitely kind of close. Oh man, I wish I'd had Tinted Remedy a little earlier. Well, better late than never. It's Death Touch and Lifelink. So, This is going to be dicey. Not going to lie, this is going to be real dicey. I could get rid of one of the Shadowborn Apostles. They only have a 9 to hit me with next turn, but I could also just heal for 6. They can fetch any amount of cards they want, so... Let's do this instead. And let's heal for 6, and we'll have to chump block with the remaining 2. So now they can only go get 8 cards, but I still think they can probably end it this turn. Yeah. Oh, they have to sack a creature for each time they do that. Well, maybe there's still a chance. They can only get 3 cards. 2 cards. And as long as Tainted Pact is out, they can't actually heal back up, so there's a chance. Not a big one, though. They're mono black demons. What would they need to just end the game? If they could pump Rezacath just a little bit. They have a ton of mana from Cabal Stronghold. And they've got a bunch of cards. They might just have lethal in hand. We'll see. 7. Okay. Yep. Now, they also just gave me a lot more mana with that, but... Got no more Sorin. And I can't get anything back for one turn. Oh, that might be game unless I top deck a board wipe. That's not a board wipe. Well, at least we can go digging. Whenever you lose, gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. That would be a nice combo piece, but does this have to be tapped? Yes, it does. Whenever you gain life. What I need is Exquisite Blood. I'd need like 2 parts of the combo, and I can't get that with just this. So let's keep digging. Still not 0%. Odds are not looking great for us, though. I don't think I have... Alright, so I have 6 and 4-drop, 5-drop board wipes. Oh, man. That's not going to be enough either. Alright, let's just... That's everything, so if this is not the 5-drop board wipe, that's game. It is not, but let's play it anyway. So that is 18 on board. And a lot of things. They only need 10 more damage. We'll have to see here if I made the right choice. Why am I losing life? Oh, Meat Hook Massacre. Meat Hook Massacre actually could also get me out of this. That's game. Good game. What a card! Alright, I'll do one more game with this list, and then I'm gonna end off the stream, I think. And then we will rate Reezug. Let's see who our potential last opponent of the night is going to be. Oh, that's... OG the Exquisite Blade. OG's really good. I'm not optimistic about this. Is this keepable? I'll keep it, yeah. If it's a slow OG deck, maybe we have a chance to just accelerate with Bontu's Monument, but... Let's see, if it's a very control-y list, it's probably not good for us. Well, I would have preferred that he was not a frog, but that does mean we were free to play Bontu's Monument this turn. Probably do City Stalker Connoisseur next turn. Golem deck? Golems you control have first strike. Phyrexian Human Artificer. I'm still going to start getting rid of their hand, I think. Interesting, but that means everything else is below a 4-drop. Cheap bounce? Maybe I misread this deck. Finale of Eternity for 2. If they play OG this turn, I would need 1 more mana to actually be able to do it. Let's see. Also, for anybody watching, let me know if the music is either too loud or too quiet. I could Meathook Massacre for 2. That would mostly just wipe out my stuff. I could do it for 1. I could just do this. That might have been a mistake. I might burn Innocent Traveler with the blood token to see if I can dig for one more land. Who are they going to get rid of? I don't see any reason to not reset the board in just a moment. Well, there's the land I needed. I'm gonna take a big gamble. If I can keep Black Market out for like 1 or 2 turns, then I can Finale of Eternity for something massive and pull everybody back out of the graveyard. Yeah. All right. Let's make poor decisions. Damn it. Oh, they can only get rid of City Stock Connoisseur with that. I'd only get 2 back right now. Doesn't seem amazing yet. Well, I don't like you having a tool to just remove everything that I have forever, so how about you don't? Hey, that's a win. All right. Yeah, so that's Reezug. Anybody who has stopped by, I think that's going to be. I'm gonna still rate. I still got to rate Reezug, and I'm gonna put him on my little tier list. But yeah, so those are the 3 decks. The decks being Reezug Good Stuff, which is just a lot of large creatures that you can return and provide consistent value. Reezug Discard, and Reezug Vampires. My personal favorite is Reezug Good Stuff. That's also the list that's in the video description if you want to just try to copy this. But yeah. So let's switch over to the other screen. Why did my... There we go. Alright, let's turn off the music for the moment. Alright, so Reezug. Where does Reezug go on this list? I think it's also probably important to mention this is not, strictly speaking, a power list. This is also kind of a funness list. Reezug sits somewhere between A and B tier, but the reason Reezug is so high on the list, at least for me, is because Reezug is just a lot of fun. He does something very unique that no other card in Magic does. With that said, Reezug is massively crippled, in my opinion, as a commander, or just massively weakened. Sorry, massively weakened, just by dint of the fact that Mono Black doesn't have a lot of the utility removal that it needs to be competitive with anything else top tier, right? Very little enchantment removal, very little artifact removal. So it's in kind of a rough spot trying to actually build a deck around Reezug that can effectively stabilize, sort of as you kind of saw, into some of those larger decks. But hey, we had some good moments, including that person accidentally comboing themselves the deck, with I personally think is very funny. If this was a power tier list, Reezug would be B tier, B or C tier. Being monocolor and not having haste on entry means that you have to sort of either hope that he just gets protected. But this is not a power tier list. This is also a funness tier list, and Reezug does something really unique and special. So I'm going to actually put Reezug up here in A tier. And this is going to be... I'm going to try to do all the alchemy cards pretty quickly. Not going to lie, mostly because my plan is to try to take advantage of the fact that nobody else has made historic Brawl decks with them so that people actually click on my YouTube channel. Yes, I know I'm a wonderful person. Something. If you like my stuff, please subscribe. I do like a minimum of 2 of these lists a week. If you don't like my stuff or have feedback, please leave comments. I'm still trying to improve on a lot of this stuff and fix things when it's scuffed or broken. But that's all I'm going to have for today. So anybody who stopped by, thanks for taking a look. Really appreciate it. Take care, and I'll see you next time.